the Elmer's glue lotion that is for the babies, for the bump. What I need is to have zinc oxide. I use glycerin and just cornstarch. I use a pan especially for my recipe. I don't use it for cooking. It's 1 cup. I use 1.5 of glue. One tablespoon of glycerin, and then 1 of the chafing cream, right? We're gonna mix everything before we start the stove. This is an important step, that you're mixing everything well. As soon as this is ready, then we're gonna start our stove in a low temperature. We just make sure that you stir enough. You need to keep it moving. We're gonna use this plastic bag. It's just a Ziploc bag, and we're gonna put a little bit of oil. I use the spray one because it's easier, but you can use any type of oil, baby oil or kitchen, any type. It's just for the clay not to get the don't sticks on the back. For me, the best way to paint your clay is with oil paint, but there's some pigments that you can find online. You can use food coloring. That works for me too. I use those 2 options a lot. Some people use acrylic or temperas, but the thing is, you need to be aware that if you add products that they have water, so it's gonna change the consistency in your clay. Be aware that clay shrinks. It could be from 10% to 20%, depending on the type of glue that you're gonna be using. And the colors that you use, they're gonna get darker. I don't know if you can notice that it start getting a little bit more like your clay is the one that is gonna be in the bottom. You see? Start getting there. Make my clay, and then I put it in the Ziploc bag and I let it rest at least 2 hours. You see how it start getting ready? What you need to do is just make sure that this part is cooked, right? So then I'm helping myself with this other one so that I don't have to put my hands in. But because I'm using it in a low temperature, the pan is not too hot. If the clay, when you're doing it and you take it out too early, it's okay, because you can always put 10 seconds in the microwave and then take it out, knead it, and if you need to put it again, another 10 seconds. Don't put it to more than that. Just go 10 by 10 by 10 seconds, okay? It's important to keep an eye. If it goes too dry and you're like, oh, I cook it too much, you know what you can do? You just put a container with hot water, and you can, like, you soak it in, like you put it in, take it out, mix it, okay? See, this is what you want to make sure that the inside too is cooked. This is a part where you need to pay attention. That's, you know, like the part where when you need to know if it's ready to go out. But what you need to do is just make sure that these parts are very well cooked. I'm gonna turn off my stove. A little bit of oil, just any type of oil, okay? Just for your hands. You see, it's hot, but it's not too bad. And because I put oil on my hands, they're protecting my hand. Grab my bag. That's it. Just pour some. And then you can always come here and grab all that extra. Being careful, okay? And just put it in the bag. And then here, inside the bag, I'm just gonna start kneading it with the bag open, okay? If this is too hot for you, just grab a piece of cloth, so then you don't burn yourself. You don't need to knead it too much. You just need to make sure that it's all put it together. And we're gonna let it rest.